Council, and you started with the spending issue. You think the town is spending too much?
Absolutely, totally out of control. Spending the money in the wrong places. When you serve the people, it's their money. You spend it on things that benefit the greatest majority of people. That's only common sense.
This
And if you
council,
don't represent those people, then you shouldn't be on council. You shouldn't have chosen a seat. That's what I believe. Now, that's pretty blunt, but that's what I believe.
Do you feel all councilors are not representing
No,
the people at large?
no. I don't think, I'm talking about the silent majority. And that's a very difficult job to represent the silent majority. This is a very difficult group of people to represent. You know, the taxpayers. Because we have a false economy here. We have the haves and the have-nots, and we have the people in between.
what prompted this visit here tonight with your laundry list of concerns? You spoke like a Dutch uncle and didn't pull any punches.
What prompted it? I'm here, the main reason I'm here is because I'm worried about the people that are struggling. And I'm afraid if taxes continue to go up, some people whose ancestors built this community are going to be forced to move to Allenford and the surrounding area. And I think that is wrong. I feel bad about that. Now, I can afford to pay the taxes, and I'm not bragging, okay? I'm one of the lucky ones. I was a teacher for 34 years, and my pension was indexed, is indexed, so.
And do you personally know these people? Are you advocating for the not needy, but not as well off?
It's not necessarily needy. I talk to people who are behind in their taxes at coffee. I talk to people that find it difficult to pay their taxes. I've talked to people, the merchants, who find it very difficult to stay in business, not just because of taxes, because of the large box stores and everything, and the online shopping. They've got a big road to hoe. And that's why in the town of Southampton, if you walk down it, the stores are different than they were when I was young.
The world's different.
The world's different. And maybe I'm fighting. I'm not fighting, but maybe, and you're right, society has changed. But we live in an economy where interest rates are low. And when you borrow 1.4 million, that is called deferred taxation. You have to pay the piper sometime. And what's going to happen to all these people? And these municipalities when interest rates go back to where they should be and were for centuries?
Okay.
Art, let me ask you this. You're going into budget sessions this fall. Saugeen Shores Council is.
Oh, yeah.
What's the answer then to your concerns?
What's the answer to my concern? Don't get a consultant to tell you how to cut back. Go to your good department heads, and we have to cut back. But all I hear is splash pads, swimming pools. And if you listened the other night carefully to they had the accountant in there. The accountant quietly told them, there's have to put money aside for infrastructure that's going to break down. Infrastructure benefits everybody. A pool only benefits the top 15% of the people. A splash pad benefits maybe 5% of the people.
I'm hearing a cutback in services is what you're suggesting.
No, I'm not suggesting. I'm talking about a cutback in services that aren't necessary. May not be necessary.
Okay.
I like to drive a Mercedes. That doesn't mean I'm not going to drive a car. I may drive a car of a lot lesser value. Okay? Because that's all I can afford.
This council, or not these guys, but the previous council was pretty soundly criticized by some at the last election because they had not spent and kept up with, and it was more like the toys and the needs than the police.
Well, I don't agree with that. Again, that's the noisy people.
Mm-hmm.
That's
politics.
That's politics. But I'll give you an example. An example is that below me, where I was born, and where I live now, I didn't progress very far in life. I only moved 120 feet from the room I was born in, okay? But below me is Knowles Lane. A knee-jerk reaction, I used to tell council, they used to come to council, and they want this. And, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I said, hold on, let's study it. Let's find out what the silent majority wants. Back in the horse and buggy days, that lane went both ways. It's right near the lake, right behind the cottages on the beach. Then in the 50s, it went both ways. And then some guy didn't like it going both ways, so he got it going one way. Then another guy at the other end of the lane didn't like it, so he got it going the other way. Then nobody liked it, so they put it back both ways. That's a knee-jerk reaction at council.
Again, was there one thing or one person that brought you here tonight with
No.
your list?
No, it's just it's my, what I don't want is this community to be another Wyerton. I don't know, maybe you're too young to know Wyerton. And another Mayford. Billionaires go broke. We need services, but that revolution that Harris dreamed up, the common sense revolution, I was against at first. They told us we wouldn't get any grants if we did. They forced us into it. It was to be an economy of scale. My God, it's anything but an economy of scale. I don't know. I'm not an accountant. I don't know all the solutions, but I know you have to provide the services, but you have to provide the services more efficiently. And sometimes you cannot have all the bells and whistles. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yep. Do you feel better after coming and getting these off your
Yeah,
chest?
because it's Knechtel's last stand.